All right, welcome back to Conversation Convo Combos, and it has been a hot minute. Let me tell you that.
Yes.
So much shit has happened. Can't
Yeah.
even
I
count
mean,
on my fingertips.
yeah. I'm actually shocked that, I'm not shocked, but I am shocked because we're finally pumping out an episode.
For real.
Our Wednesdays, we dropped the ball on
Yeah,
that.
I'm not gonna lie, we kind of dropped the ball on that one, but we are back. We are back, and we are on Christmas break, so we're gonna be pushing out a lot more content. Um, First, I want to give a shout out to, even if they do see this, or even if he does see this, Jelly Roll for coming so far along way and actually being accepted and nominated into what was it called again? The opera or
Oh, yeah. The Opera House Award.
yeah, which is a
Um, not many people.
huge
You
yeah.
gotta be pretty damn good to get that
Yeah.
award.
So definitely shout out to Jelly Roll on that one because he has been through thick and thin. And also about the weight loss. Can we
Yes.
just talk about that? Like that weight loss? Because at first
Yeah.
I had to do a
Like
double glance because I was just like Jelly
500.
Roll. I'm like, hold on. My boy Mike is the one that put me
Mm
onto him. I was like, wait a minute, like who the hell is this dude? And then
hmm. Mm hmm.
I'm just like, I see the face test. I'm like, oh shit, that is Jelly. I'm like, yo, he lost weight. Like he didn't just like lose
You're
weight. He
talking
he lost.
500 to a couple hundred.
And it was just like, dude, it was like very like dramatically noticeable. Not in a bad way, but in a great way. And it was like, wow, dude. So that was amazing. Um,
Did you
also,
hear he also got pardoned in from Tennessee?
yeah,
He got
yeah.
pardoned
But the
for
only
stuff.
the that one's a little tricky only because of the fact that like even though he did get pardoned, it doesn't really absolutely give him the guarantee of him being like able to use
Well,
firearms. But he is bowing,
no.
which is dope.
Basically, what it is basically they're like, hey, we recognize that you're a changed man and that, we're not going to continue to harass you about your past or give you problems
Right,
about it
right.
or hold it against you. But like you
Well,
said,
it's
still,
still no, it's still good. I mean, for you
yeah.
to be pardoned from something like that, judging on whatever the circumstances of that situation was, or
Yeah.
for the crimes or whatever like that,
Yeah.
it's still good to be pardoned. To see where you came from
Yeah.
and how now things are kind
Well,
of like changing and pivoting into your way.
yeah. And I think it's a nice change of pace compared to previous pardons that we've seen of like, a lot of times when you hear pardon in like a political standpoint,
Yeah.
but excuse me.
No, you're good.
This was a nice pardon that was outside like politics aside, where the person actually admitted to doing the bad deed, saying I was a bad person, what I did was bad, and recognizing it, accepting it, and
It
putting the
speaks character.
putting, as you say it, putting proof in the pudding,
Yeah.
and saying, hey, like I've done this, and showing like his weight loss change. He's been there more for his family. He's just, I mean, and now he's more into his religion, trying to figure that out.
Did you know he went babyface?
Yeah, he shaved it all off. Yeah.
Like I didn't see the picture, but I just know because I saw on
Mm-hmm.
YouTube that like his wife was just like, oh, like he's gonna shave his beard like for like the first time in a long time. And first he was just like he shaved a little bit of it, and then he was rocking what you had like the goatee,
Yeah.
and then he was just like, she was like, oh, okay. She's like, no, it's okay. It still looks good. It's just it's
It's a
weird.
big
It's
change.
different.
It's a
It's something I'm
dramatic
gonna have to
change.
get used to, but it's okay. And then like they were calling up other people, and they were just like, no way. It's just like, oh my
Yeah.
god. And then one person was just like, I'm scared. Like I don't even know who I'm looking at anymore. And it's like,
Oh, well, that's
wow.
like if I decided to go and shave this all
hmm
off, people would be like, we've seen you so long
hmm
with that for like years. I think I've had this for like,
Dude, I can never go I can never go baby face. I could never do.
I,
I could not shave this and shave. I've done shaving all of this and keeping just this here, but then I
mhm.
didn't like it. I was just like, nah. Like I like to have like the full all of this right here.
See, I like this because it kind of is like, I don't know.
Yeah, but I can't get
It
that.
just feels
I can't get this
for
shit
the
to meet up with this.
handlebar.
Yeah, I can't get those
It
handlebars.
actually, I had to cut some of this because at some point it
Put
curls.
on ice.
This dude said, "Let me borrow some.
I'm tired of this thing.
Let me borrow some of your face.
I need the warm and I need it now.
Like, give me some facial fur." But no, mine will.
Patrick, what are you doing?
Mine will curve. Which one of you ate my chocolate bar? But no, I was like, I think it was like a couple weeks ago, I started to notice that it curls, like it curled. And I already knew it curled, but it was like on this side, especially, I really noticed it curled, and I was like, I'm not going to go to work.
But this was getting pretty damn long that you were getting it close to Alpha Omega. It was you and Ray that you two were in like competition. I'm like, damn, dude, I don't know whose is longer. Like, Mike's or yours, because like you have like the right color, and Ray he didn't have the right color, but he had the right length. So I'm just like,
mine takes a lot longer to grow.
6 or 7.
But I had it like, I think it was like right to here. Like another couple inches down.
You had it pretty lengthy, and I was
just like, let me just trim it down.
Yeah.
Because my thing is, when it gets so long, it starts to like, the ends start to split.
Oops. Well, that's why they say that like it's good for you to like cut the tips,
trim it up. Yeah.
Yeah. Because when you cut the tips, that's allowing the hair to like grow its like actual length.
Yeah.
Because when you let it just do whatever, it starts curling up and stuff like that, and starts making knots. Like with this hair on top, like if I go to a barbershop and I tell them like I just want a skin fade and then cut the tips, then this will grow longer because the tips were cut. But obviously this is going to grow faster, the size, because whatever you shave, it's going to grow 10 times faster than what's on top of here.
Well, that's why you heard my cousins when we stayed over there, they said, why don't you just shave this all off and then shave this, but then shave this all as well. Because they're like, yeah, you're going to have a baby face, but this is going to keep growing in thicker and thicker and thicker. And I'm like, yeah, but people have seen me so long with this and then with the long.
Yeah, it's kind of like your tagline or whatever. Like
it's so if I do it, and like I thought about doing it like right before I left, like doing it earlier this week, like last weekend. So that way I would have time to get like, by the time I start my next job in January, I would have, some kind of like stubble or something starting to come in.
Right.
So that way they would be like, oh, okay, he usually grows, like lets that stay. And then I just let this keep going. But now I'm kind of like...
No, I mean, in all honesty, if I was you, I would just like do like touch-ups and like... Yeah. Like I said, just like do the tips of it. Yeah. Because you can still like do like the tips of like your mustache and stuff like that. And then do like the tips of the
that's what I usually do across here. All over the top lip, I kind of just trim it down, because otherwise I'll end up, when I'm eating, it gets in the way of my mouth.
Dude, I used to hate that, yo. I used to hate that.
I have this trimmer literally where it has like a perfectly square edge.
Oh, nice. There you go.
And done.
You love it. You gotta love it when they give you the tools.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like, it works out so good.
Oh, yeah. Like, the amount of tools we have to shave our face and other stuff is about the same amount as a woman has makeup. Like, our neck is shaven, their neck is makeup.
Yeah, exactly. But to bring it back, also, I want to also say thank you for bringing me to my first football game. That was dope.
Yeah.
That was awesome, man.
And they won. They slaughtered.
Yeah, they literally slaughtered. What was it? It was like. Was it like was it in the 40s or was it in the 20s? I think it was in the 20s.
It was higher.
Oh, it was in the 50s.
Yeah, it was like 50 or 60. I think it was 60s.
I think it was like 57 to... I forgot what it was.
I'm trying to think who were they even versing? It was a while ago. That was it wasn't that long ago, but it was... It was back in November. So, talking about at least a month ago.
Yeah. But still, it was a great game. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'm glad that I was able to at least definitely experience it.
Yeah,
Had a
definitely.
couple Bud Lights and a couple hot dogs and stuff. So it was nice and chill. That arena was huge, man. I was not expecting.
Eastern Illinois, and it was
East.
56. So I was right, 50,
Oh yeah, so
50,
yeah, we were in the
56 and
50.
0.
Jesus Christ, it's like
But I mean,
wow.
that was an easy one. But
Yeah,
they had a lot of hard teams to verse this year, which a lot of people are like, oh, that's just you're just saying that because they lost and they weren't supposed to make it into the championship. Which I mean, they probably shouldn't have, but because they bring money to the table, they got in. It is
yeah,
what it is. I mean, there's a lot of teams that shouldn't make it in that make it in because they bring money to the table. But
yeah.
that's the thing,
I
money
mean, I
talks.
just loved it because of the fact that it was my first, like,
Oh
going
yeah,
going there and
first
like,
football game, seeing the
taking
action
pictures
face
and
to face.
stuff like that.
It's
I,
way
I actually
different
got upload those on Facebook, but it was an awesome experience, and I was glad that
and
you took
way
me and
different than watching it on TV or
yeah,
watching like a game
and we were
on
in
a.
like the such perfect angle too.
Mhm.
It was just like we weren't like too high, we weren't too low. We were just at that perfect angle where it was at like a little like corner angle, but you couldn't really notice it because you got like literally the whole field. Like I couldn't even ask for, like I'll be honest with you, you couldn't ask for a better seat. You couldn't
No,
ask for a better seat. That was
no.
like literally the perfect seat. I'm like, dude, I can literally see the
Well,
whole
and
football
everybody's
field.
like, "Oh, it's so high up." It's like, yeah, but I could see the entire field without even having to like go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or like like kneeling down and
or
stuff like
like
that.
you literally just look straight out and you could see the whole field. Like I literally don't. I barely have to turn my head. The only time I turn my head is to look at the TV on the
Yeah.
side or to look at that TV. And even then, that TV is basically right in front of
And
you.
the band was pretty dope too. I mean, seeing them the way they would
They
do those
march
like
perfectly.
forms and shapes and stuff, I was just like,
And
oh
they do that.
shit.
That's every game that they do that. They changed it up like different like pictures and what order they do it in, but and I mean it's pretty cool. And then we walked around. We saw the Denny chimes. I took you to the museum. You saw
Yo, that
former players.
museum was pretty dope,
Yeah,
especially when we went there again and we got like some free food. I
yeah,
was not expecting Five Guys.
yeah.
Like I
Five
said,
guy.
man, I
Well,
still regret not fucking getting
grabbing
an
something to
extra,
go.
yeah,
Yep.
grabbing an extra sandwich, man, because I was just like, damn, bro, like Five Guys. I was like, don't mind if I do.
Yeah. That was pretty psyched, and like there wasn't like no sign saying, "Oh, there's a limit." Like, have you get one burger
Yeah,
and some fries, or you get one hot dog and some fries. No, it was like, grab what you want. Like,
yeah,
but I mean, I mean, I hate to say it, that's kind of the Southern hospitality. I feel like because I
yeah,
mean, I haven't. I mean, there are some places where you'll go down here where it's like you got a limit, but I mean, for the most part, that's how it is. It's
yeah,
like there's an event, everybody's like, oh, give what you want. Like, don't be shy, don't be bashful. I mean, well, like you were just saying before we started recording, whereas like when we went to my aunt's and she was like, oh, make yourself comfortable. Like, you need to stay another day. Like, if you're hungry, like, go get
yeah.
some food. Like, you saw how much freaking food.
Dude,
But, like, bro,
I was baffled. I was just like,
like,
holy shit! And the cheeses that they had, I
mm-hmm.
like. I'm not trying to be stereotypical, but I know you, you whites, you love your cheeses. So when I saw the platter, I was just like, oh, so like they got some pepper jack. I'm like, hold on, like what the hell is this? And then
Pepper
I took a bite
jack,
out. I'm like, oh my god! I
Gouda,
was like,
like,
yo, what kind of cheese is
caviar.
this?
Yeah.
I was like, yo, then there's like a little dash of lemon in there. I'm like, hold
Yeah.
on, wait a minute, let me get another slice of this real quick. And I'm like,
They'd be like, oh, we got these cheese from the Appalachian Mountains.
I'm just like, what?
Like, this is from the goat. This is goat cheese. And you're like, what?
You got your boy, the one that you got like the two books from. What's his name?
Mr. Ballin.
Yeah, you got Mr. Ballin in there. Funny story about that cheese. You got the cheese in your mouth. I was like, hold on, what am I about to put in my mouth, fam? Like, I need to know.
It's like back in the Appalachian Mountains, there was a man who messed with a goat. What?
What was that thing? That story. It was like, can you show me how to get to?
Bell's Canyon.
Only just comes out of
the,
nowhere from left
well,
field.
I mean, when
You're
you
about
think,
to eat the cheese. Can you show me how to get to Bell Canyon? Like, dude, how did you get here?
like, bro, what? But That. I mean, left field on this topic, but that's one thing I want to do is go camping.
Oh yes.
I've been camping in a hot minute. Fishing, haven't been fishing in a hot minute because there's just so much going on. Like moving, working. You got just everyday life.
Yeah. No, it gets complicated, especially when you're trying to juggle all that stuff around, and you got people that want to hit you up and like game and stuff like that. It's just like, dude, like, yo.
Well, and I think that's a big issue, which this YouTuber that I had been watching that I introduced you to recently was that guy who does those podcasts where he helps relationship wise, which we can dive into deeper on another episode. But basically, I feel like we go through life and it's like, this person hits me out to hang out. This person hits me up to hang out. This family member hits me up to hang out. This family member hits me up to hang out, or whatever your situation is.
Yeah.
And life keeps getting you busy or whatever. And it's like we never stop and ask. We're always like, okay, what do I need? What do I need? Okay, I need to pay rent. I need to pay my phone. Okay, I feel like I need to get like, a new microphone. Oh, I feel like I need to get like a new controller or a new, I want a mini fridge. Let's get a mini fridge or whatever. But it's like those are more of like, yeah, they are wants, but I feel like those are unnecessary wants, and also like it's just a
dopamine type of want.
It's a quick dopamine.
Yeah,
it's fulfilled and it's done. But we don't ask, what are my wants?
Like my actual wants. Internal wants.
Like, I want to go, like I just said, I want to go camp and I want to go fishing.
I want a 6-pack,
But we'll see, 6-pack is like a dopamine want. So I feel like there's a dopamine want where it's like you get it.
Oh, I mean, I wasn't talking about like 6-pack like that. I was talking about a 6-pack of abs.
Okay. Yeah. I see what you're saying. Well, I mean...
Because I used to have a 6-pack, but like
I think we all had a 6-pack at one point when we were younger. Like not younger, but I mean like when we were like late high school.
Because when I had my 6-pack was like during around like 16 and like
remember
in my 20s.
Who the hell was it who used to freaking
boast about their abs?
No, they used to freaking talk about mine. They were like, oh, he doesn't have a 6-pack. He has like an 8-pack. And I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, I lifted up and I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's a 6-pack. I think it was Bill.
Yeah,
who always said that. She's like, oh, he has an 8-pack. Like, did you see?
Yeah, but then again, I feel like she was just like sex craves.
Yeah. So it's just and then she went and mooched on Ray. And I was like, bro, like, how you gonna... You're saying that I have an 8-pack of abs, but yet you're going after another dude? Like...
You go from a 6-pack and now you're going to a keg.
I'm like, wait, so I'm confused. Is it like a turnoff because I'm too fit? Is that what you're saying? Like, I'm puzzled. Or were you bullshitting me? It's one or the other. You were either turned off because I was too fit, or you were bullshitting me. And you were just saying that to try and boost my ego and hoping you would get lucky.
I feel like people say things at the present time when they feel it.
Yeah.
And then once that feeling is fickle, then they kind of just like they go either to the next thing or whatever's gonna kind of like compensate for like that type of arousement.
I could definitely see that because, like you said, I mean, she probably said it and felt it at first, but then after she realized like, hey, this, like, kind of like how you were saying where that girl that you were talking to was a little obsessive.
Yeah.
Whereas, too, I feel like she was probably like, oh, you have an 8-pack of abs, you're fit, you're always going out, you're, like, active all the time. That's that's a turn on, obviously. But then it's like, oh, well, you're kind of clingy. You want to be, like, kept up to date and messaged because, I mean, I'm a transparent person, but I'm like you. I like information. I like detail and information. Yeah. If I say, hey, we're going to go for a walk around the library, over here. And I just, what are you doing tomorrow? And it's like, I want to know like your schedule. I'm not asking like, okay, I got to go to, doctor's appointment. Like, tell me, I have a doctor's appointment at this time. You're not going to tell me what the doctor's appointment is about. Just, like, give me enough detail so I know, like, okay.
What's going on in
your day. I can But I think she took that as like, oh, he wants to know everywhere I am at all times, and he should like. It's like, no, like you don't got to give me no detail. Just tell me like, hey, I'm gonna be in like Concord, you know, just visiting somebody. I don't need no damn detail. I don't
Yeah.
need you to tell me like, oh, I'm gonna be in Concord visiting a friend named so and so.
I didn't ask all
like,
that.
like I didn't ask all that. I'm just asking like a base. But I mean, I don't know if that's a woman thing where it's like, oh, like he needs to know like all the details. Like you, I know that you guys are very vague with your description. Like that's a anytime you ask a woman like, hey, what did you need? And she goes, oh, can you go grab my my pocketbook, or can you go grab my like
Purse.
lip balm or purse or whatever? Okay, where is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's over there on the chair. And you look over and you see like 20 chairs in this restaurant or whatever, and you're like, first of all, why'd you leave it over there unattended? Second, which chair? I see like 6 chairs with other women purses on it.
Yeah.
Like, can you tell me? Or like, oh, I forgot I took, like, you go to the club and she's like a little tipsy and takes her like shoes off or whatever to kind of like rest her feet from being in high heels. And it's like, I left my shoes at the table. Okay, so we sat at that table, but I also know you sat down over there at that table to take a minute. And then you felt dizzy and sat down at the bar. So I didn't watch where you took your shoes off at. So can you give me like
some pointers?
A relatively radius of where you... And then she goes, it's in the bar or in the club. And you're like, that's a big goddamn radius. But
that's not really narrowing it down for me.
But anyways, get back on track. I just feel like you said, it's a in the moment thing where it's like, oh, you got an 8-pack of abs. That's crazy. Like, how does Johan not have that? How does Brian not have that? Or like Ray? I'm like, I'm not doing anything fucking special. It ain't like I'm at the gym 9 to 5. Like, I mean, I do a lot of fucking walking, like an insane amount of walking, and then biking, because I know biking you're scrunched up and like, so. But I mean, it was also easier back then because you're younger,
well, also your body's still in that developing phase too, so.
And what is it, when you burn, you can burn fast. Metabolism?
Yeah,
your metabolism is high. So anything you take in, you're burning it off like that. Plus, you don't have stuff like this.
Yeah.
You don't have excessive amounts of alcohol. Well, not excessive, but you don't have like, you have like a beer or two on the weekends, or you might have some liquor on the weekends for a celebration or just a general, however you want to call it. So your body doesn't break that down as easily, and that's a lot more carbs and just wear on your body.
I mean, hands down.
Versus back then.
Obviously, like when you're younger, it's a lot more easier to burn off calories versus when you get older, because our body starts to kind of like slowly like get gunked up and stuff like that. Sometimes it requires different things and stuff like that. That's why it's good to stay consistent, especially when you're going to the gym and stuff like that, because when you stay consistent, it's going to show better results. But this is the thing, is that you're not going to see the results yourself, but other people are going to see it. And it takes 21 days to build that habit. So once you do that for 3 weeks or whatever, then your body's going to start getting immune to it. That's when you're going to have to start changing up your workouts and stuff like that. You can't just be doing the same workouts and stuff like that. You might have to go up the weight. You might have to change the the equipment that you're using. My Lynn would be like, tell me that he would do like 1 week he'll do like just straight like dumbbells, and then the next week he'll do barbells, and then the week next he would do resistant, like anything that had to do with like cable machines and stuff like that, and resistant bands. And then the week after that he would do calisthenics. But you see, you change the format, that way the body doesn't get immune to it, especially the muscles. And then you want to keep that muscle confusion, so that way it's not allowing it to get so immune, and it's not it's not getting so accustomed to it, and you're not seeing like the challenge.
Yeah.
because when you start getting more acceptable to like certain workouts, like, oh yeah, I've done this and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
when you do lead, these little small tweaks and stuff like that, and changing
Hmm.
it up, doing longer pauses when you're lifting or you're staying at that point, because a lot of times people stay at the point of rest at like not at like full contraction.
Yeah.
So when you do that, you're not reaping the benefit. But if you go from doing like a standard bench press and you're resting, you could rest up here,
Hmm.
and that will at least like do like some type of resistance. But if you held that bitch like right here,
Yeah.
it's a huge difference because now it's spreading out that
Yeah.
pack. It's spreading
Well,
that shit out.
and it's like you said, I mean, there's a difference because when you get to this point, I mean, I'm not saying hold it at this point, but like you said, you got to go the full length because if you pull it all the way down and get that full stretch, and then you push it all the way up and get that full squeeze.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to do the full extension, the full,
Range of
whatever,
motion.
range of motion. Yeah, exactly.
Because even doing like the lat pull downs, because
Mhm.
actually I love doing lat pull downs, but like the way that is like to kind of like trick it up and make it more interesting for yourself is that when you pull it down, kind of like let it rest there,
Yeah.
and then do that full stretch fully all the way. People kind
Yeah.
of like stop right there, and then they get back into it, and they're just trying to pump it out.
Well, we call
Stay,
that we
stay
call that
there
a
little bit
3/4.
Yeah.
You're not getting the full because you pull it down, that muscle's staying too tight.
Mhm.
You need to stretch it out so that way it
And
gets
instead of this
stretched.
being at your resting point, here you could be there, all day and like you're feeling.
Yeah.
But imagine being here and holding
Because you
it
got
there
all
at
that
contraction,
weight
and you're
is
holding
in
it
the
tight.
air.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, and I
It's
mean
night and day.
that yeah, and that is where I will agree with Jeff is when he was saying you got to go slow, and it's just like you said. I mean, the difference between doing a curl with a barbell or whatever, a dumbbell, when you're using a dumbbell and you're doing a curl, if you go slow, that you're spending more time on that negative, doing that negative. So
Yeah, I mean, you definitely reap the benefits of
yeah.
that. Another thing to talk about is the most recent game that we played together, Arc Riders. Oh my god, Arc Riders.
Whoa, hang on. Let me
It's a
stop.
give and take.
Let me
It's a
stop. Let me
give and
stop you
take
there.
about that.
That's not the most recent game we played. So
Oh,
we can skip
yes.
that subject. We'll skip that subject. Our writers can go in the coffin, and we'll go to Dying Light.
Yeah, I mean, I will say Dying Light, that update was a
Ooh.
huge, yeah.
The game is like I didn't think like. Not trying to like suckle on the milk of the tit of freaking
The
Dying Light
developers
and the developers and stuff. But I mean, when the game first came out, it was kind of like, all right, this is a Dying Light game, yeah, but it wasn't like you wouldn't write home about it.
Just to get it correct, it's Dying Light
Oh,
the
sorry.
Beast.
Sorry, yeah, my bad. So Dying Light the Beast was an all right game. Wasn't worth writing home about, but it also wasn't terrible. But I definitely can see where people's knacks were about like, oh, we went from Dying Light 1 where you literally had an experience bar for your mobility, for your parkour. You had an experience bar for your combat, for fighting. You had an experience bar for what was the other thing?
Let's see.
I think it was stealth or
No,
something.
survival.
Survival.
Because you had
Crafting and
parkour,
stuff,
combat, and survival.
Yeah, because you could craft with like reduced amount of materials used and stuff like that. Everybody loved the crap out of that. But the thing is, they were like, and then the nights were like really hard to survive in. But the thing is, they were like, well, the story is kind of like, it's good, but it feels like they could do more with it. And then you got to Dying Light 2, where they were like, oh my God, the story's great. Like, it's not like again, it's not like the best story ever, but it was like a step up, and the concept behind it and what it was leading towards, like what your objective was, like to find the guy who again experimented on you, experimented on your friend's sister. I gotta play the game again. It's been a hot
Yeah,
minute
it's
since
been
I
a hot
played
minute.
it.
But I see what you're
But
saying. Not to cut you off. I see what you're saying.
yeah,
I liked Dying Light 1 more than I liked Dying Light 2
yes,
because the whole, not just the story, but the gameplay alone was a lot better in Dying Light 1 versus Dying Light 2.
yes,
Because they changed the angle in Dying Light 2, and I didn't like that because it felt like, I don't know, it didn't feel right. There was certain things in Dying Light 2 I did enjoy, but again, it still made me kind of like miss Dying Light 1. Then when they brought Dying Light the Beast, I was just like, all right, let me see what this is about. I'm like, oh, okay. They kind of brought it back to the roots, and then they gave you
yeah.
like that rage. And I was just like, oh, words. It's just like, hurt me, bitch. Hurt me. Build up
Yeah.
my fucking meter. And it was
Yeah.
just like, yo.
Like you were asking to be hurt in this
Yeah.
one versus in Dying Light 2, where you were like, dodge, 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 oh crap, oh dodge, dodge. And then I liked the fact that they did where it was stamina, like instead of putting the stamina on the parkour, they put it on, the
Mainly
fighting,
combat,
on
yeah.
combat. So you would fight, and then when they were swinging at you and you were trying to dodge, if you ran out, you could still dodge, but he would fall back and kind of scurry on the floor, which is kind of like real life. If you were getting swung at and you were out of energy, you would just fall to the floor and kind of try and crawl away and avoid the hit, no matter what, at any means necessary.
I like how they kept the old moves from the Dying Light 1 into Dying Light the Beast, because a lot of people, they didn't know that, but like when they threw that hint in there, it's just like, oh yeah, you still have these moves that were still incorporated in the first one. And I was like, hold on, let me check this out. And then I started realizing I don't have to keep on getting chomped on by a zombie. I could be like, yo, get the fuck out of my face.
You could literally grapple them to the side. You can grapple regular enemies
you
to
can like
the
literally
side.
push their fucking face to the side.
Away.
And I was just like, dude, like that's fucking dope. Like just straight up disrespect to the zombies. Like, dude, you belong in the ground, bitch.
And then if you had like, after a while, if you built it up enough, like you said, if you hit the right button, you could literally shove their face away from you and be like, nope. And if you didn't hit it in time, you had the option. If you had knives on you, you could instantly just do the knife and kill them.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I use that, especially when we were being chased by volatiles. If I missed that button to shove them away, I would just quickly do the knife and keep going.
What I really would love, though, is that because Dying Light, the Beast, they're starting to do a little bit more like with the violence and the blood and like the flesh, but I want the same flesh mechanic that they had in Dead Island 2 and Dying Light. If these two can just combine and be like, dude, we're both zombie games and we both made a fortune.
Let's work together.
How about we join together, and we make an epic game, and call it Dying Island. Like, dude, imagine that, bro.
Yeah.
And, like, instead of you just, like, like, you're in a city, you're on a whole fucking island. And the map is fucking huge. And you're talking about, like, you're getting weapons not only based off of a Dying Light aspect, but you're getting weapons off of a Dead Island aspect.
And the thing is, when you think about it and you look at the real world and the real world's geography, and you look at the size of, like, Cuba or even, like, the Puerto Rico and all that, or any of those islands, they're pretty decently big. If you were to do a map, like a legit scale-to-scale map of those islands, it would be pretty damn big. So, I mean,
I'm telling you, like that would be like literally the perfect name for it, and to have both of those mechanics, because Dead Island, they had it with the flesh mechanic. That was like beautiful, because like if you smacked a zombie with a fucking like spiked bat, you could see like the flesh wibble and stuff like that. I was like, oh shit, like that's just crazy.
And like you
versus
said,
Dying Light, it's just like point blank,
the
and then
teeth,
you see it, but it's just like
the flesh is just gone.
Yeah,
like it just disappears.
Like, I know I smacked him, but it's just like, dude, like I want to see like detail. I want to see like that flesh that's coming off his face. I want to see the flesh on my bat,
like
Negan style.
I know you will see it with the big guys, the really big guys. After a while, if you hit them, you'll see their rib cage and like you'll see their skin kind of dangling and stuff. But definitely, like you said, with the smaller, the regular size zombies,
Even like just
you
like
don't
the
see it.
human beings too. Like
Yeah.
imagine finding a human being and you smack them across the face with a
Hmm.
freaking spiked bat. Like you
And
can
you
see
see
the
the
flesh, but you
skin,
can
yeah.
also see the nails that came off from the fucking bat, and he's still trying to swing at you, but he has barely a face, and he's just like looking
Nails,
at you all
yeah.
like skin flesh came off, and he has like
Hmm.
one eyeball that has flesh, and then the other eyeball is like you can literally see the bone from his chin bone. Like,
Yeah.
dude, that would be like just that would be insane.
Yeah.
And then story wise, I mean, like, dude, you can like literally pick it up from where they left off from Dying Light the Beast, because we all know that story is not fucking done.
No. Well, the GRE always comes back.
Yeah, the
And that's
GRE is always gonna come back. And then if you think about it, the GRE and then connecting it to Dead Island,
yeah.
what's to say that there's no type of recollection? Because if GRE is as big as they are,
I mean, in a perfect world, yeah. I mean, and that's the biggest issue is that's kind of like asking, Sony and Xbox to team up and be like, hey, why don't you guys stop fighting, work together, create a system that just allows all your games on it and be done with it. But it's like, no, they won't, because there's too much hate.
First of all, you can't say the GRE is out of, Dead Island's jurisdiction. Secondly, you can't say that, saying these two companies can't come together and make a banging ass game. And if you guys put it out on, I mean, I would say probably just put it on like the main platforms like PlayStation, Steam, and Xbox, because I don't know if Switch would be able to handle those types of graphics. But keeping it on, I don't
Calm
know.
down, guys. Calm down, guys.
Careful now. but you know what I'm saying. It's just keeping it on those type of graphic schemes.
Yeah. Well, and that's the big thing is like you can't make everybody happy, and I think that's what Dying Light has accepted. They just keep changing it. They're like, okay, this is the top like most like commented or the most top like requested thing. This is what we're gonna do, and then on the flip side, once it comes out, everybody's like, oh no, we don't. Like the first one, they were like, oh, nighttime's way too hard. It's way too hard to survive. So in the second one, they made it easy to survive. And then everybody's like, oh, it's easy at night. You can literally run around and do your missions all night long and get double XP.
Like you said, Ben, and if you look for it, you're going to find it.
Yeah,
like, you're going to find something.
You can't please them. That's literally like Brendan that we were talking to. And he was like, oh, the first one was great. And we were like, oh, yeah, but trying to survive at night was like near impossible. It's like they literally had like a mission that you had to do at night when you start the game, and you're at it's called the tower, and you basically, it's nighttime, you have to run out to save the doctor, which was in this like not RV, well, it looked like an RV, but it was like a safe area where he did his research, and it was in a basketball court area.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And so you jump over the fence, because there's a bent over fence. You jump over and you got to fight all the zombies, and then after you do that, you got to go find them, and all these zombies are everywhere. After you just like went to go look for him, you found this box with these flares and stuff, and you got to quickly like book it back to the tower, and basically you're like trying to survive. But in that one, you never saw like, there was never a close-up of like a cutscene of like the volatiles trying to come in. Like they never dared come near the UV lights or anything, and you were literally like spoon-fed those UV lights
for real
in the first one and the second one.
Yeah.
So, and then the beast,
that was disrespectful. That was
you literally don't get them.
When I saw a volatile stomp on a UV light, that's when I knew. I was like, ain't no way.
They're like, they don't care.
Bro.
And the funny thing is, if you're not in a safe area that's like, has a deep like area, like in a house, like where you go into the house and like
the dark zones,
no, not necessarily the dark zones, but like a safe house.
Oh, okay.
So you like go in, like if it's an open area safe house, like let's say like there's one where it's a house and
you're talking about like
doing
the whole like peekaboo type of like idea. Gotcha.
And then they'll disrespect you. They literally like will lunge into the UV and hit you.
Yeah, they'll still
And then,
swing at
yeah,
you.
they'll still keep swinging at you, and then they go, and then they jump back
Yeah, because
finally.
then those start taking effect after. It's just
But
like, dude, what the fuck?
there's like a couple seconds that they can tolerate it.
Yeah.
And it's like, when you think about it, it's like, yeah, that is the reality, because even as a human, if someone like lights you on fire, you're not like instantly like, oh, like running around screaming. Like, you get lit on fire, you're probably like, oh, what? Oh God, I'm on fire! Like, ah, shit. And then you start freaking out. You don't like instantly like someone lights you on fire and you instantly like look exactly where they lit you on fire and are like, oh, I'm on fire. Like,
yeah,
there's a little bit of a registration that has to be there, just like even if you were dead, like you're a zombie, you're not supposed to feel anything anyways.
yeah.
Like,
it has to like register as certain like moment. I heard that I didn't know if you heard about this, but I heard that they did an update, but supposedly the further you go, not only the zombies get harder, but the volatiles, you will actually encounter the elite volatiles.
the ones that can turn invisible.
Not only the ones that turn invisible, but the ones that, I think they're the same ones that, that stomp on the UV
They stomp
lights.
on the UV light. They turn invisible, and they'll stomp on your UV lights. But I mean, you get barely any. You literally have to Google, or you do look up YouTube videos.
Basically, it's like you don't really have like no safety net. Like if you find a safe zone, but you have a elite volatile on you, like you better make sure you actually go inside that safe zone.
Yeah, you got to go into the house. Yeah, and that's basically what I was saying. Even with the regular volatiles, if you go into an area like where the one, like I said, where there's a house and then there's an outside courtyard with like a garage and stuff like that, if you're in that courtyard, they still will leap over the fence and try to get you, and then they start freaking out afterwards after they might have hit you or came close.
Yeah.
And basically, you just got done almost shitting your pants, and they're just freaking out and getting ready to run.
Oh, yes.
But I mean, they stay near the area too, and they keep running around it and around it and around it until either the meter runs down and they like, okay, he's not coming out, or until you go into the thing and into the area where you craft and sleep and stuff like that. And that's exactly like you said, when you have those elites, you're basically going to have to go into the safe area where you sleep and where you craft. Otherwise, they're going to stay there, or they're going to try and get in there and get you.
Yeah. I still remember that glitch where it was nighttime for me, but it was daytime for you.
Oh my God, that was fucking terrible.
I was just like, bro, like it's nighttime right now for me, and
I'm like,
oh, what do you mean?
I'm like, no, it's daytime. I'm like, let's do this mission, and you're like, dude, there's volatiles everywhere. I'm like, no, there ain't. I'm like, come on. I was fucking running, and literally,
I stayed inside that fucking house. I just let the guards come in, but you kept on fucking zoring in the fucking volatiles. I'm like, I'm just gonna let the volatiles do their thing because I don't want no smoke. There was like, I think there was 2 UV lights. There was one in the hallway, and then there was one at the entrance of the building.
Yeah.
So it was just like, I'm seeing all these volatiles just smacking the shit out of these like army men, and I'm like, goop.
Yep.
I'm just here to take the resources, guys. I'm not trying to shoot you. Like, y'all, listen, y'all signed up for this.
Meanwhile, I was just running around.
Yeah, and then
the
I can see you because I see your name icon, and I see you running around. I'm like, yo, he's really fucking out there. Like, it's fucking daytime. I'm like, he's really doing this thing. He's like, I just threw a grenade. It's like, that was me. I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
But then, like, I didn't notice it, and then it clicked when, like, so I killed a couple of the army guys and a couple zombies, and then I threw the grenade, and I was like, huh. And then I heard the screech, and I was like, that does sound like a volatile, but I'm like, I haven't seen one. And then I got to the other side, like, it was the other side of the building, because it was a big courtyard and all that. And like you said, there was a light in the hallway and a light at the front entrance. And so I got a little closer to where you were, and then I saw the volatile fighting the army guys, and I was like, oh. I'm like, wait, what?
Dude,
and then I started
like 5 of them.
Yeah, and then I started looking around more, and I started to be able to like see them because it was daytime on my screen, so I could literally see like them in their glory. It's like when you haven't seen something, like it's like if you were to, go to a girl's house or a guy's house and you're like, okay, let's get romantic, but you never saw them. And like they literally, you walked into the house with the lights off and everything, and you're like, okay. And then you turn on the lights and come to find out it's like something like, oh my God, that's what it looks like.
Yeah. Well, like you get catfish real quick. And
I was like, what?
The fuck?
I was like, okay. I'm like, I've never seen a volatile in the light. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it isn't like I've never seen one, but I mean, to actually see the full features and everything in very vivid detail of like having a spot, like instead of having a spotlight put on it, there's like tons of spotlights on every angle on it. And I'm like, okay, this game is glitched.
I mean,
and
it's funny when the game glitches because like it's just those funny moments where it's just like, dude,
well,
what the fuck?
And then we were doing the mission. It was I think it was the doctor.
Because it happened to me too.
Yeah.
Because you would tell me it's like, oh shit, it's nighttime. I was just like, what do you mean? I'm like, it's not nighttime. I'm like, oh shit.
There's
I'm like, yo, it's doing the same thing that it did last time.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I don't see any and then I was just like, hold on, wait a minute. I'm like, okay, yeah. I see them now.
Because I remember we went to this, like, it was a restaurant or whatever, and we met this like doctor or whatever, and you had the option to kill him or just let him go and say that you killed him. So we let him go and said we killed him, essentially. And then we had to run back across the water, and then climb up the side of the hill to find that guy to tell him like that, hey, we killed the guy, the doctor that, or the pharmacist or whatever that had supposedly killed your wife. And he was already dead. Like he was basically gone. And so we were like, okay. And then it told us to go further up the hill to like some other building or whatever. I can't remember what the mission was totally, but I remember we got stuck at that house because we were supposed to kill all the whatever the not the governor. What the heck? Not the warden. What the heck's he called? The main.
Oh, the Baron.
The Baron. We had to kill the Baron's all the Baron's men. But we killed them all, and it was still saying we had to do it, but we were like, and then it was showing like the icon on the enemies that we had to kill, but they were already dead on the floor. And we were like, what? And then it was daytime on your screen, but it was night on mine. And I was like, okay. And there was volatiles everywhere. And we were like, okay, we can't be out here like messing around because we're going to attract volatiles. But at the same time, we got to figure this out on it. So, but we ended up having to restart the game. And then, of course, it switched. And then it was daytime on mine, but night on yours. And we were like...
I was like, bro, it's just like so like tipsy-topsy, like flip-flop.
But then but that time it ended up working. And so it was like, but I actually liked that. That was a kind of like a beneficial glitch in my eyes because I was able to see the volatiles. And not only that, but when I was like running, especially like in the inner city, when you had all those buildings and stuff, I was able to see like, okay, like I can make this jump. Okay. Like there's a pole here that I can use to like, go across.
And like, go across. Fucking, I still remember those times where I was like looting like the dark zones, and then you would join my game, and then it would like literally like reset the whole dark zone. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like,
and then it would all start
place. And then you made that comment, I was like, well, loot it again.
Yeah.
I was just like, all right. I'm like, I mean, I don't care. I'm getting more loot. I was just like, what the fuck? I'm like, all this shit just reappeared. I'm like, okay, I'll just grab it again. I mean.
See, that's my thing, especially like especially like a farming game or a looting game or anything like that requires you to, constantly work on gathering materials and then using it to, build or
benefit your character.
Or benefit your character or just building weapons and then you can give it to other people. Like I love those type of games because I'll literally like play and like loot, and then I see someone hop on and then it's like, okay, boom, I joined their game and it's like. And then it does exactly like you said, where it resets, and they're like, what the heck? All these enemies respawn, but all the loot also respawn. It's like, well, there we go. You get to loot some more. And then I help kill them.
Re-loot.
And then I'm like, oh, by the way, I crafted this. Do you want this? Do you want this? Do you want this? And you're like, what? Oh my God, wait, where'd you get that? Oh, you have a bow, don't you? Yeah, what's the damage on it? Oh, The damage is like
Honestly, I do love that about you because like you're always like that person willing to be like, yo, I got this, I got that. What's the damage on that? I'm like, here, take that. I was just like, dude, I'm like, all right, thank you, man. I'm like Oprah Winfrey over here. He's
well,
like,
and that's the
you
thing.
get a high damage weapon, you get a high damage weapon.
And I
I'm
would
like,
do, but the thing is, I would do that with Sean and Brandon. But by the time, like, I'm already at a point where literally, I can't give them weapons because the weapons are so strong and high tier that if they hopped on, the game wouldn't allow them to use
because
them
it
anyways.
requires that
A
level.
level,
Yeah.
which I mean is respectful because I mean, otherwise, if you jump on and I give you like a level like 250 weapon and you're using it and you're just finishing the game for the first time, obviously you're going to hit things and obliterate it. You're literally going to be hitting like those big guys that
Yeah.
have the health bar across the screen. You're going to hit them and it's going to go woof.
Yeah.
It's like but the game's not going to register that.
Yeah.
Either that or you're going to just break the game and then it's going to glitch and then you're going to be like, oh, this game is shit because it's glitching. No, because you're fucking cheating and you're getting given weapons by
on a higher tier.
absurdly high tier that you shouldn't even be getting because you should be trying to earn those weapons. I mean, it would be different if you were like, oh, I'm like playing the game for the first time and it's like, oh, I'm on New Game Plus, but I have like a level like 22 or level 20 weapon. It's like, oh, okay, I'm level 15, but I'm at towards the end game. It's like, okay, well, 15 to 20, that's only 5 levels, or 15 even to 22.
Yeah, there's
only
like at
6
least
levels.
like some gratitude.
It's within
there.
a ballpark.
Yeah.
It's not like I said where, now I'm level like 50 something. And it's like, okay, I'll join yours. Oh, well, I'm level 15. Oh, can you give me any weapons? Yeah, I'm going to give you level 50 weapons when you're only level 15. You're like, I'm literally almost 5 times your level.
Like if I drop it then and you can't use it or pick it up, don't
blame the game and don't blame me.
Yeah.
Like you should have hopped on the game and been playing with me. Like I've literally had I'm trying to remember how many hours. It's like 70 hours now at this point, or over 70. And it's like,
yeah.
What do you, and I mean, everybody's just, I can already feel everybody being like, no life, no life. Like,
yeah,
no.
but that's
there's people that play like
that's
hundreds
accrued,
of hours.
Though. That's accrued. It's not like on the whole.
And
like,
I mean, that's like I have, 70 hours on Dying Light, the Beast. I had, you don't even want to know, Remnant. I have like, I think it's like 200 and something hours.
Yeah, because we had to do like nonstop fucking reruns. And
literally,
then, I would go inside the dungeon.
Literally, I remember you would hop off and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna hop off for the night," and I would keep rolling for another couple hours, and then the next day I would keep rolling, and then you would be, because you would just get out of your first job, and you would hit me up and be like, "Hey, did you look into that weapon or armor or amulet?" And I'd be like, yeah, I'm trying to work on it. I've been rolling and like kind of watching video, and you would send me another video, and I'm like, no, I get it, but I'd watch it and just be like, okay, let me like, maybe this person did it differently or whatever. So I'd watch it, and then it would be like, okay, and I'd keep rolling and rolling and rolling, and then I'd get it, and then I'd be like, oh shit, and I'd be like, message you and be like, yo, jump in my game right now. I'm in front of the weapon. Yeah, and you'd be on the portal while you're at the gym, like, and then I'd be like, and I'd literally be in front of the weapon, and you would like spawn in and be like,
goop,
grab it. And that was when they did the update, because you used to have to go to a crystal to spawn people in who jumped in your game. So I'd literally find the weapon, and I'd be like, okay, I have it all cleared all the way up to the crystal, like, not cleared like of enemies, but I mean, I have a route set. So then I would go back to the crystal, spawn you, or I'd text you, and then I'd spawn you in, and then I'd be like stay on me like white on rice. Like, and then I'd go through, I'd just slaughter everything, and then I'd be like, okay, that's right here. And you'd be like, okay, thanks. And then I'd be like, okay, like you can hop off or whatever, keep playing. Yeah. And then you would like dip out and then go back to work, and I'd just keep on like searching for stuff.
Stuff like that, man. You gotta enjoy and love the game.
Oh yeah.
But we will definitely be coming back to you guys with another episode. So hope everybody's enjoying their day and enjoying their soon to be Christmas.
Yes. Peace.